What up, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, Princess, SoundCloud, SoundCloud, your boy Tom 202. And Lonzo Ball has declined to work out with Boston, who had the number one draft pick, I believe. Number two draft pick goes to the Lakers, and he hasn't done anything with the Lakers yet. That's where his father wants him to go. He's been talking about that for what, a year now or more? Talking about his father was saying that he'll be greater than Magic, or he'll be as good as Magic, or he'll be as influential as Magic. And sorry, I look terrible. I'm gonna put my glasses on. I ain't shaved either. It's Saturday morning. I'm chilling. But yeah, he says he'll be as influential as Magic. Lonzo Ball is the number one draft pick. So there's the first two picks down, and the third is as far as who has a choice. So Boston gets the number one pick, number one first chance at the first round draft pick, and then it's LA. Um, yeah, it's the Lakers, and then the third is Philadelphia. And I'm surprised because I thought Philly was going to be the number one choice. I thought they were going to have a crack at the first round draft pick first, but I was wrong. And hold on a second. Hey, don't play in the parking lot. Play in the grass. Yeah. So yeah. So kids, you gotta takes a village. You know what I mean? And anyways, so yeah. So he is not even like he's snubbing Boston. He's like, I'm not interested. And right now, he's not definitely gravitating towards UCLA, or he's not gravitating towards the Lakers. You know what? I'm gonna tell you something. This is what I think about Zoe and his father LeVar. I think Lonzo loves his father, and I think his father loves his sons. And I think his father is definitely trying to capitalize off of, Zoe's abilities because it's his son. He's like, everybody else getting paid. I want to get paid too. I kind of ain't mad about that. You know what I mean? Everybody wants money. And he brought up a good kid. He did what he was supposed to. He's like, time for my payday. Okay, cool. But here's the thing that I don't like about this situation. And I think Zoe, I think this is what's going to happen. See, when you control somebody too much, that individual is going to try to find a way to get out from under control. And it happens all the time, regardless if it's a child, uh, regardless if it's somebody at work. It's people who don't want to be controlled will find a way to get away from it. And I think his father is a control freak to the utmost. And I think what's going to happen is Lonzo may want to play for the Lakers, and he could be as influential as Magic. Who knows? I can't say that he isn't. He's the number one draft pick from UCLA from the Bruins. The kid is dynamite. He has an odd shot that's hard to stop. You know, um, he's obviously the best player out there. You know, he's the most hyped because of his father too. Although there were some fantastic players out there. He didn't win the championship, but nonetheless, that's not all on him. But I think what he's going to do is I think he's going to get away from his father. I think he's going to get away from his father little by little. Like, Dad, I love you very much. But, him working out with the Sixers, that tells me a whole lot. It tells me it that tells me a whole lot because Zoe is not a big talker. He does all this talking on the court. But it doesn't mean that the man doesn't have any feelings. This is a man now. It's not a boy. This is somebody who's making $1 million decisions. You know what I mean? This is somebody who is, he's probably gonna have a woman and kids pretty soon. This is a grown man. Like, this is not a child. You can't just be like, go do this and then boom, it's done. He's gonna do what he think is best for him. And I just wouldn't be surprised if he doesn't go to LA. It would not surprise me if he goes to the Sixers. And I'm gonna tell you something. If Zoe goes to the Sixers, it'll do a lot for the East. It'll do a whole lot for the East. And here's where I'm looking at it. You can be, you can be a, you can be the big fish in a small pond. You can be the big fish in a small pond, and ain't nothing wrong with it. Nothing wrong with it. That's what I think. You know what I'm saying? And as far as careers go, as far as money management goes, I mean, he can go down there. They got some good players milling around there, but he can go down there and bring the East, and do some things in the East, and make a good staple for himself, make a good name for himself down there, and you know avoid all the hype that his father was putting on him as far as going to the Lakers. And he can go down to the East to a team that isn't playing very good. He can listen. LeVar Ball is good enough, and I don't mean just in basketball. I mean he has a lot of poise to him because he's not shooting his mouth off. That's his father doing that. LeVar Ball has a lot of poise that reminds me of LeBron James. LeBron James isn't a big talker unless you start him up. He just he'll just and the thing about LeBron is so good when he gets upset, he just takes it straight to your face. He reminds me of that boy who's playing for the Raiders now. Played for the Seahawks at first. Marshawn Lynch. Marshawn Lynch said, "Listen, you could just take it to somebody's face over and over and over and over and over and over and over, and they just don't want that." And that's what LeBron does. Now, LeVar Ball is, Lonzo Ball is not that. I'm gonna jam it down your throat like LeBron James, but LeVar Ball is good enough to shoot the lights out when he wants to, and that's his own way of taking it to your face. You know what I mean? And what I'm saying is, the man has enough skill and enough poise that if he's properly positioned, big fish, small pond, if he's properly positioned, especially if he connects with the right people in the East, I'm not just talking about the Sixers, I'm talking about in the East, period. But if he connects with the right people, you know, on the Sixers in the East, he can make a staple for himself. He can stamp out a positive first 5 years that will make you constantly pay attention to him. And let's not forget of his products. Now, his father is not the greatest money manager, excuse me, business sense individual as far as I'm concerned. You know, cutting out the fact that you don't want to sell your shoes to women, half the market. I don't get that. Um, selling your shoes at a premium, $500 $500 for some shoes. I don't understand that either. You didn't study the demographic of the average person who buys shoes. You know, uh, but nonetheless, if you want to sell your shoes at a premium, hey, why not make them the price of red bottoms? Why not put them up there in the stratosphere like that? Nonetheless, that's his thing. Telling Nike, Under Armour, and Adidas, and that you don't need them and you're better than they are. Not what I would have done. Arguing with everybody on every radio show that you go to and rubbing people the wrong way. Taking away all your media friends. These are the people who spread the news about your stuff, and then people come and buy your product, or they come to your website, Big Baller Brand, so on and so forth. So these are just the things I wouldn't have done, but I'm not in that position. LeVar Ball is his own man. And, he said he sold, what, 400 or 500? You know what I'm saying? I mean, he's going to make a few $1,000s off of it. But the truth is, he might be happy with that as long as his son gets a big contract and kicks dad some money. And, and he's got two other sons. He could capitalize off of because now he's looking at just dollar signs. And his other sons are good too. So, what I'm saying is, Zoe could, I can't see him being as dominant as LeBron James, but Zoe could go down there and he could be a dominant player and bring the Sixers up. Start building around Zoe. You know what I'm saying? What is he, a forward, power forward? I don't know what he is. But you can start building around Zoe. You know what I'm saying? Build a team around him and make him a threat in the East. You know what I'm saying? Just because of him. Especially while he's healthy. When I say make him a threat, I mean his name as the person you need to stop this guy, like Curry, Steph Curry. Look, when you think of Golden State, you think of one name. That's it. When you think of Cleveland, you think of one name. When you think of the Sixers and Zoe is playing, you're gonna think of one name. That's just how it is. And I'm saying he could go down there and he could be that name. And if he is, he can control his financial destiny. He can listen. He could if he's observing the way these other guys are doing it, especially LeBron James, you know, KD and those guys, and you know, who's had to play for the Spurs? Doesn't play in it. Tim Duncan. You're looking at Michael Jordan. You're looking at their finances and the way they did it. Hold on a second. If you're looking at the way they did it, especially when it comes to making money outside of the NBA, there's nothing wrong with going to a team like the Sixers, bringing them up, being the face of the Sixers. And who was that was the face of the Sixers? He just got in the Hall of Fame. Allen Iverson? You know what I'm saying? When Allen Iverson was playing, wasn't he the face of the Sixers? They still pay homage to Allen Iverson because of what Allen Iverson gave them. You know what I'm saying? They still pay homage to that man. He gave them some really, really, really good basketball. He was the show. He gave them something to watch. You know what I mean? Even when they were losing, he was worth coming to see. He was just good. And I'm saying, you can go down there and shine your lights, though, and tear it up. And here's what's even more crazy. Who cares if you don't win a championship? Because the way the game is being played right now, there's only two teams who are even coming close. There's only two teams. That's it. I mean, who else is there? There's Golden State and Cleveland. Who else out there? Don't say the Spurs. Especially now. One of their main players just got hurt. Spurs, no. When they had Duncan and they were healthy, yes. Spurs now, no. They're good, but they got too many hurt players, and it's just not in the cards for them. No. Celtics, no. Timberwolves, no. Who? Who? Who you got out there? The Bulls? Nope. They're gonna lose. They just lost. They just lost. No, they didn't just lose. That was the Knicks. Mr. Glass just got hurt again. Yeah, I'm gonna tell you something. The Knicks could do something if they can stay healthy. They could do something if they could stay healthy. If they could stay healthy, they'd be worth watching. But it's just not gonna happen. It's not in the cards right now. So that's all I'm saying. Lonzo could be a big fish in a small pond. He can go down there and eke out 10 years of good basketball, good dominating basketball. Make the Sixers someone to talk about, like Dr. J, like when he played. Make them something to talk about. Make them something to look at. Even if they don't win, put on a show. I might even watch. Put on a show. Make them worth looking at. Get that TV revenue money. You know what I'm saying? And then in the first 2 years, once TV sees what he's doing, once the ad revenue sees what he's doing, because that's who you're signing contracts with. Uh, Once they see what he's doing, go in there and then hammer them with $100 million contract. You see the eyeballs that are on me. Give me my money. Pay that man. And then after that, do what all the big names do. Get a 1 and 2 year contract for 22, 25 million a year. That's what LeBron is doing. Get a KD contract. Hell, get KD. Get a KD contract. Who's out there? I mean, there's nobody at Oklahoma. Nope, not gonna happen. Dirk Nowitzki. Nope, yeah, they're not doing that. I'm just saying, get a KD contract. Get KD. Tell KD to come to the Sixers. He'll do it. If KD sees all the hype and the money, listen. KD's contract is $54 million for 2 years. He's going to leave Golden State, people. KD's not gonna stay there. KD's gonna go right back to Oakland. And after he fools around with Oakland for his ending years, he'll jump to some arbitrary team just out there just for the money. And listen, once KD gets his ring, he don't care. KD ain't gonna care. I don't care. I'm in it for the money. He made that statement known. I'm in it for the money. He reminds me of Darrell Reeves. Darrell Reeves don't care. Pay me. Shut down corner. I'm just saying. Zoe could live that life in the East. He could be that deal. He could be the big fish in a small pond. And what's really crazy about it, he can make other people attracted to him. He could bring some other big names down there, but he'll still be the man. Get himself a couple $100 million. You know what I'm saying? Get himself a good looking wife, start having a couple babies. Psh, 15 years, I'm done. My knees are bad. I'm finished. It was fun. Made his millions. Got his daddy some money. You know what I'm saying? Watch his brothers play. It's all good. It's your boy Tone 202. Peace.